on an adventure.
We're going on an adventure.
Going on a 21 to 24 hour sail.
We're going to Sheboygan. Who knew?
Coaches. Coffee.
It's the morning and we are prepping to leave tonight. And it's gonna be, we have charts. We found these charts here in Uptown Girl. And so we are down here in Chicago at the south tip of Lake Michigan. And we're going up to Sheboygan, which is actually quite a really good tip. It's like up to the middle of Lake Michigan. So it's not quite halfway to the Mackinac Island point, which is a really famous drag, the Chicago to Mackinac Island, but it's going to be, it's a race. So we're going to take about 24 hours to get up there. And the Mac race takes like 2 to 3 days. So we are going to be sailing straight through, although we do have the option of stopping if we need to at a bunch of different anchorages and marinas, so that's a good fail-safe.
Yeah, so we'll look at some more anchorages today, but we're going to go up there and be up there for a couple days to do some interior work. So you've already seen how clean we made it.
And now the boat is full in packing mode. We didn't clean up anything to show you. You're welcome. Here we have the salon. Okay. We have all the SD cards and the cooler. So this doesn't have any railing, and so what happens when we sail is that all of these things just slide off and fall. And so we're going up for our friend to put a railing in and a shelf up here, so that way we have more storage. And
this is really cool.
I know, our friend dropped this off for us.
Nice.
And then we are going to put one on this side too. And the anchor locker behind that beautiful Starry Night. Ta-da! Ta-da! And maybe a shelf there, but we might not be able to stay long enough for him to do that. So that's the goal. We also have some engine projects while we're up there, which involve...
We got a new starter, so we have to take the old starter off and put the new starter on.
And the fun part about that is the starter is deep in here. You can't even see it because I put no light on there for you. Just dumped everything out too. Anyhow, we have pretty much our work cut out for us over the next few days, including some fun dyeing of silk veils with some natural dyes, I'm hoping, and a 20-hour sail, which is going to be an adventure.
So we're going to probably leave around, I would say, between 2 and 4 in the morning, unless we get wild and leave this evening. But that way we'd get we'd have dinner, we'd have some early naps, and then we'd wake up super early, and we'd be able to sail into the sunrise, and then into the sunset, and then maybe into the sunrise again.
Because we're also recognizing that Uptown Girl is not the fastest boat, although we will have a south wind, so the wind will kind of be pushing us, which is how she is the fastest. So we're really hoping that that will happen. And then we also have to, I've been checking the wind and weather pretty incessantly.
And this will be our first time sailing together alone. Danger be damned.
So this is a big culmination of the dream that we've been calling in and chasing and finding, and it's so good to have it fall into our laps, and also to be so grateful to have humans who've enabled it along the way. So,
you enablers.
Thank you, all of you. So it's a big step for us. And while we have a lot of other things we want to get done to the boat, like solar and a fridge icebox situation and a new stove, we're just going.
Yeah, we're gonna just start knocking them out, because we think about all of them, it gets overwhelming.
I got really overwhelmed yesterday.
It happens to me too.
It's just a big project.
It's a lot of projects.
The 1977 boat doesn't actually have like a breaker panel or anything.
Also, it's just brand new for both of us, all of it.
So, if you'd like to see the boat in chaos state, I will give you a peek.
Peek.
It's not even KST. I throw all that out. We have leftover pizza, sunglass holdings. All this will probably go down here or in the bed. Silk veils to sew. This is where we keep the electronics. More sewing things. Here's our bedroom with Len Bones making the bed. And then topside, which you'll see a lot during sailing. We put up that little cord again, and we're so excited.
Oh, is that Prosecco for the boat? What are we doing here today?
How are you?
We're shopping.
Yay.
We're shopping because we're making sure that there's no room that I stole away in the boat by accident and they don't know, so they're getting all this food to clog up all the stowaways.
Oh, good.
Together. However, we need you to sail, O wind. Where'd you go?
Make us like a bird.
And fly us across the water.
Just like a bird, so we can fly across the water.
Dear wind.
Dear wind, tell us what you want. Would you like dancing? Would you like wild calls? Would you like us to whisper sweet nothings to you, dear wind?
Yes. That was predicted to be like 9 to 15 knots is literally 0 to 3. The sail is not filling. And so we have decided, for the sake of figuring out how this trip down the inland rivers is gonna go, to try the motor. And right now we are motoring at, this is a finicky motor, right? It's a 47-year motor. So we're going at just above 20 RPMs. That's the engine. We never really want it to get more than half. So I might need to throttle back a little bit. I'm not quite sure how fast we're going because the speedometer doesn't actually work on the boat. It's hilarious. This boat is great, and it's also just a lot of instruments that sort of work. The engine keeps going out when we go into neutral, which could be a myriad of problems, and need to replace a bunch of the fuel filters, which were apparently replaced just this year. So, anyhow, we're learning a lot. And it's just frustrating not to have any wind on the sailing trip. You can see by these little streamers, they're not really going. I think I see a bird. I have my prescription sunglasses on, my transition lenses, which are so sexy. Ah yes, it is a bird. There's nothing and no one out here except for that fishing boat and land. This is all like lake forest. Waukegan is still, maybe that. Kenosha is still very far up there. And we're still on the south side of Lake Michigan. So yeah, we're getting used to how slow we'll be going on this boat. Taking deep breaths and learning to troubleshoot and fix things along the way. So, from the middle of Lake Michigan to you, goodbye for now. And we decided to try out sailing in the boat. Like my little hair wrap to get my crazy little flyaways out that I keep burning off with fire. Anyhow, we just had a moment where the prop shaft was spinning underneath there, even though the engine is off. Depth is 142 feet, and we have wind. Nothing like sailing for constant questions. How you doing, babe?
Doing great. Better now. We have wind. We've let go of the things that were bothering us. Like the boom bang.
What time is it? 2? 3?
2:30.
2:30. Time to get the logbook out.
Probably. We have gone 35 nautical miles.
35 nautical miles?
35 nautical miles?
It's 2:30? Wow, 9.5 hours, 35 miles?
Can you even run that fast?
How's your emotional landscape?
Good. Coming in waves.
Oh, like these?
Yeah.
What? Oh gosh. Tell me about it, Lane Bones. I love.
Coming in waves. I'm good now. Still see land. We're sailing. Nothing is falling. And yeah, with a beautiful lady. So
life.
My life. I was down there doing some delicious stuff.
AKA
We won't go into it
sticks in the
today.
head.
And Gia calls out and said that the jib came off, the shackle's gone.
See where it attaches down there? Yeah, it just was flapping around.
So we didn't want to lose the jib. And we already have like a little hole in the jib, so we don't want any more. You know what? It's a beautiful impurity in that
Hold
jib. So I was able to run downstairs and dig through all of the metal things we have. Which is not many metal things. We will be getting more metal things. But this one cute little twisted shackle that I wanted to actually put in and switch out was ridiculous because you can't do that. So I used the little piece in between and it worked. So now my life has been changed. Gia, tell me how it felt out here when all that happened.
Oh wow, well.
Tell me how it started. Tell me how you're feeling.
We are in wing and wing, and we don't have a whisker pole, which means that the jib just kind of like flip-flops whenever the waves bounce our booty, which we have a following sea right now, or whenever the wind just decides to switch direction, which it does quite often right now. Well, not switch, but you know, micro switches. Anyway, so it's like thwapping, and all of a sudden I just see it extra thwapping.
Thwapping.
And I'm just
She really likes the word thwapping.
Yeah, I do. And flapping, just really flap. And then, you know, so I'm like, just notice that it's just like flipping around, flippy floppy. And I'm like, okay. Lane!
Wow, it sounded just like that.
Lane! And so I pull one of these carabiners off. Lane takes it up, puts it on. Not quite enough. We really need a shackle. Give her another carabiner, not really graded for that amount of weight. Thousands of pounds, hundreds of pounds of weight. And meanwhile, I'm up here steering, this is a pretty hard point of sail to steer on. I'm just gonna say.
Yes, it is, but she really likes it. I'm gonna weigh in and say she really likes
I
it.
really like it because it gets us where we need to go without having to jive back and forth and do double the distance on a 24-hour sail. I'm learning to love it. And so I'm up here sweating it because my lover and partner is up at the pulpit trying to fix the thing when I know that this jib goes like thwap. I'm trying really hard not to thwap it because like her life depends on it. But it's also hard not to get distracted because of the stress of the situation and like try to see if I can help it all. But really everything just needs to be focused on making sure you're exactly, not even at the compass, it's at the wind for this one. So it felt intense.
Ooh.
It is. Adventure number 7?
Adventure!
The jib wouldn't go up.
Whoa!
Got halyard wrapped, the engine stalled out, the propeller kept spinning,
Oh yeah.
the shackle came off. What else? The toilet. The other
So good.
My legs might be sunburned.
Oh no.
Not so bad.
No, they don't look so bad.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Oh, the stove blew up.
Oh, yeah, the stove keeps catching fire. What the fuck?
Sailing, we've chosen this life.
Sailing! So you want to be a sailor? Yeah. Okay, bye.
Taking this boom bang down. Here's the night. Yeah, it's gonna get dark. We're gonna sail through the night.